Are you ready for more show? Yeah! All right. Guys, we're going to kick it off with a great comedy performance all over the city. He has a show called Instatacular at the Creek in the Cave. Very funny dude. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Sam Evans.
Woo! This is really great. I got to tell you, I feel bad that I didn't shower for this. Please don't think that it's because I don't care about you or want to do well. I do, but it's early, and if I can avoid it, I don't shower until dinner. So, I'll tell you about me. I grew up pretty religious, which is how you can tell that I'm not anymore. That's just how you say it. Nobody ever says it like that if they're still in it. No one's ever been like, I grew up pretty religious, and why would I stop now? Take out your Bibles to Psalm 34, verse. And just switch gears, and this is just Bible study. All of a sudden, I went to church 3 times a week growing up, which is the incorrect amount of times. Because it's church. It's not physical therapy. All right. I went to a special Sunday school in high school. It was a Sunday school that was designed to keep kids from joining a cult because they were like, well, these things are pretty hip. Somebody's going to join one. It's like, no, I'm not looking to change teams, okay? I'm looking to retire from the league altogether. They taught us about Jehovah's Witnesses. I didn't know this, but I found it out. Jehovah's Witnesses believe that there are only 144,000 spots in heaven. That's what they believe. And I was curious, so I looked it up. There are 7 to 8 million Jehovah's Witnesses just right now. So it's pretty competitive. How do you not just try to fuck up other Jehovah's Witnesses? Like Jehovah's Witness? No, Hunger Games, I think. That's what I'm playing. I just thought it was so stupid. And then I remember when I was a kid in church, my parents, they taught me, they described heaven this way. They said, heaven is like a party that everybody is invited to. And in my head, I was like, oh, that sounds great. And then you grow up and you go to parties that everybody's invited to. Not great, Heaven should be exclusive, right? I want my God to be like a bouncer at the pearly gates. He's like, all right, you're a great person, come on in. You're a great person, come on in. You're a great person, but you're wearing suspenders, so back of the line, buddy. Not on my streets paved with gold, pal. I hope that comedy starts going a little better for me because I'm getting pretty bad at having a day job. You know what I mean? Like, I realize this, I'm getting better at being late, which is not a good sign. You ever have that? You ever start to be like so late to work that you just take your time? You're like, well, I'm definitely already late now. So I'm not gonna be late and rushed. Like for me, I'm like looking at my phone. If it hits 20 minutes past, I go from like, oh God, I'm gonna be late to just fucking taking my time. Because you're already late. That's because like bosses will say that. I've heard this multiple times in my working career. His bosses will be like, you're late. It doesn't matter if you're a minute late or an hour. Late is late. All right, well then it's definitely gonna be an hour. If I have a choice, sure, I'll see you in 59 minutes. That's like in church when they were like, all sin is the same before the eyes of God, right? It doesn't matter if it's lying or premarital sex. And you're just like, okay, I guess I'm gonna lie about all the premarital sex I'm having. Do you guys ever notice that even when they're wearing coats, dogs still have their dicks out? What's with that? What's up with that? Kind of makes you feel bad for the dog. Also makes the coat seem pretty pointless, right? I don't know about you, I could have like the nicest goose down North Face park on, but if my penis is out, I'm very cold. That's the thing that I've found about myself. Your heat is centered around your genitalia and how covered up it is. one of my New Year's resolutions is that I'm going to stop taking out my notebook to look at it and remember what I wrote down. So you guys are in for a weird 10 to 15 seconds while I force my brain to remember what the fuck is happening. I was a bedwetter and a pants peer growing up. Everybody was, really, right? Nobody comes out of the... That'd be weird if you were just a baby who just knew when to pee. Well, that was a dumb way to start this. But I peed my pants. My brothers called me the pee-pee pants marauder growing up because I wanted to be a pirate. So they took something that I loved and used it to hurt me, which is Big Brother 101. Yeah, I peed my pants. When I first met him, I remember I didn't know to be ashamed of it, always. And I met my cousin for the first time when I was like 3 or 4 years old, and I walked up to him real confident, like, and I just strolled right up to him, and he looked at me and goes, "Hey man, did you pee your pants?" And without thinking, I just said, "Yep, I do it frequently." And before I felt any shame, my thought was, wow, what a grown-up word I just used, frequently. Yes, I do pee my pants, and I do it habitually. Yeah. You might say I'm prone to urinating in my trousers. As a bedwetter too, I was ashamed to have sleepovers growing up because I learned that shame, and I was like, oh, nobody can ever find out how disgusting I am, which is pretty much like illustrates my whole character for the rest of my life. That's just the secret underlying motivation of my life. No one can find out how disgusting I am. You ever just realize in one sentence why you are the way that you are? Fuck. My best friend Jason Rager, I found out that he also wet the bed. My mom talked to his mom, and she was like, guess who wets the bed? And I was like, who? And she was like, Jason Rager. And I was like, fuck yes. And then he would just come over and we would have sleepovers and talk about pissing ourselves or whatever. That's not what we did. That'd be weird. So we would just go to bed at night and we would wear pull-ups. And pull-ups, if you don't remember, which why would you? Pull-ups were marketed as like diapers, but they're like big kid underwear. Which even as a small bedwetting child, you're like, no, it's not. Okay, we know it's not, and you know it's not. It's just a better diaper that you give. It's like if you don't want somebody to wet the bed anymore, you don't give them something that is better at letting them wet the bed. They could have called them fill-ups. They could hold gallons. They were legit. It's also not like big kid underwear, because if other kids find out about it, they're still gonna make fun of you. Like, that's the big concern. It's not like a kid's gonna be like, he wears fucking diaper. Wait, what? No, guys, it's pull-ups. No, he's a big kid now. We gotta leave him alone. We went to church camp together, me and Jason Rager. It was like a sleepaway camp. And this is what we would do. We would wear our pull-ups under boxers to bed at night. Okay, and then we would go to shower in the morning, just wearing boxers, and nobody knowing that we were wearing, diaper and toting 5 gallons of pee between the two of us. And what we would do is they had individual shower stalls in like the shower room, and then there were benches outside of them. So all the kids would like wait in line in the morning. And the way we would do it is one of us would go to the shower first. He would get in the shower stall, take off his boxers and his pull-up underneath it, and hand it to the other, and then we would guard each other's shit so nobody knew how disgusting we were. Which is like a sweet memory I have with like my first early friend. But it hit me the other day, like if somebody had found me guarding that, I would have just hung him out to dry. Like there's no way I would have stuck up for him at all. I wouldn't have stood up and just pulled my boxers down to reveal a pull-up. I'd be like, that's right, me too, yeah. Looks like you're gonna have to put both of us on trial, okay? It's just like a 6-year-old version of Spartacus. No, I wear pull-ups. No, I'm a big kid now. No, I am a big kid now. Ugh, I regret that this is the last one I chose to do. Fuck. You ever have that? Where you just get Like, you showed the light, and I was like, no, this is good. I'll just commit harder. No, I saw that you were lukewarm up front, but I think what you read off of me was that I wasn't committed enough to how stupid and ill-prepared this joke is. You guys are great. Thank you. Have a good day.